Hello everyone and welcome to another video on Terraria multiplayer because quite frankly a lot has happened since my last one. First I should go over why there weren't videos for the past few days. I have had a cold which has caused me to be blowing my nose quite a lot. Yesterday it was a lot of coughing more so than the blowing of the nose. But either way it wasn't going to make for very exciting videos to watch me blowing my nose all the time, to watch me coughing a lot. Probably wasn't going to be the most interesting thing to watch. So instead I decided to not record, which gave me time to get better. And now I am back to show off this video again, where we might be doing a pumpkin moon coming up at some point during it. But yeah, throughout the last time that we have that we had a video on this, a lot has happened. I have this Angry Warrior emblem now for 18% increased melee damage, Violent Power Glove for another 12% melee speed, more knockback, and another 4% melee speed from the Reforge. My Menacing Star Veil that gives me 4% damage, longer invincibility frames. I've got Lucky Frozen Wings that allow for flight and slow fall. And I've got this Master Ninja gear which has more critical strike chance, gives the ability to climb walls, dash like so, and gives the ability to dodge attacks. I think it's like a 10% chance to dodge attacks. So, yeah, in the meantime, while we prepare for what might be a pumpkin moon coming up, give me 1 second. I didn't realize I still had some stuff in my inventory that I wanted to move. I need to go to the safe up here to get my potions out. We had a solar eclipse that I kind of jumped right into. I didn't end up using any potions, and I'll show you why in a moment. But, that is actually when I got this Terra blade that I'm using now. Moonshell might be good during a pumpkin moon, but not necessarily. Pixie dust I'll just stack with this for now. Souls of Sight I can stick in our chest here. Souls of Sight can go with these ones. We have a lot of those now. They're more than enough. So, my current weapons I've got going. So I've got Turtle Armor, if you aren't familiar enough to know, which is top tier melee armor. Going to give me 68 defense with my boots on, 65 without them. But it's going to give me a lot of defense, a lot of melee damage increase, critical strike chance. Enemies are more likely to target me. Sorry. But they also take full damage. So whatever they would do to me if I did not have armor equipped is what will be done to them. I wasted a lot of gold reforging my Terra Blade. I got it to Superior right away. I decided to go for more. What I ended up with was the Legendary Terra Blade, which if we equip my Warrior emblem here, has 125 melee damage, 29% critical strike chance, very fast with insane knockback, extra damage, speed, critical strike chance, size, and knockback, all from the legendary thing. And then over here we opened up the corruption chest in the dungeon. We had a key mold and we made the key, which gave me the Superior Scourge of the Corruptor, 85 melee damage, 27% critical strike chance. Doesn't sound that good, right? Until you realize that when you use it, it spawns a bunch of little mini soul eaters that bounce off walls a few times, home in on enemies, and all hit for the same amount of damage as the original weapon. So that's what I used to get through this past solar eclipse, was the Scourge of the Corruptor, because I could literally just stand here and shoot it at the ground and just kill everything nearby. It is really, really useful. I really enjoy using it. Yeah, as a whole, it is just a wonderful, wonderful weapon to use. But now I also have the Terra Blade, which is going to be my more in-close combat weapon. So if I'm going to be going away, and if I'm going to be fighting things I want to keep my distance from, I'll be using this guy a lot, because he will not only hit several times, but he is going to give me a decent weapon. So anyway, so yeah, we got this, which is kind of my range technique. Of course, the Terra Blade also has this ability, where it shoots these beams that pass through enemies and do damage. And it also does, of course, extraordinarily high damage on a base attack. But, yeah, this is going to be my up close and personal weapon. So if I just want to walk in and start attacking things, it attacks very fast and it fires sword beams. Of course, the one thing that I have to watch out for when using this is the fact that I do have to click repeatedly to make it attack, whereas with the Scourge of the Corruptor, I can just hold down click and it'll just keep going. So I'm not the best at aiming, even though I've been using True Excalibur for a while, which also has the sword beam ability. But yeah, I'm not that good with aiming. It has caused me to use a magic mirror on accident a couple times. But regardless, it is still quite a useful ability to have. It was a big help when we had Skeletron Prime summon randomly, and we had only 3 of our players online, and we had lesser equipment than we have now by quite a ways. We weren't sure if we could take them, but I managed to draw a lot of the aggro with my turtle armor, and then just stand back and blast him with my sword beam over and over again, which helped quite a bit. So now I'm going to go into the Underground Hollow, just because I want something to fight. And we got some Illuminate Bats. And even with this being one of the highest damage weapons that you can get as a melee character in the game, obviously not the highest, I believe, but it is pretty high damage. Still, things don't necessarily die in one hit. If we get a critical, it's almost guaranteed that they will, but without that, not so much. I kind of want to bring this character into my solo world now, and just have him kind of replace my old solo character. Because quite frankly, I am much better off with this character than I am on my solo one. And pretty much the main difference is we've gotten a lot of broken hero sword drops on this multiplayer server, which has allowed me to increase my sword's ability, whereas on my solo world I have gotten 0 of them in the couple solar eclipses I've done. And one of those includes having a blue water candle out, using a battle potion, and having a trap that they would just fall in lava and die. All of that combined for me still not getting any broken hero sword drops, and those would have helped my single player character significantly. But in terms of this server, we've actually gotten them relatively consistently. Now, part of that is probably because we had multiple people spread out in different areas, so our enemy spawn rate was pretty high compared to... Sorry, I do still cough a little bit occasionally. Our enemy spawn rate was pretty high even compared to that water candle slash battle potion combo. So I'm going to mine some shards here. I think one of our people is going to try to make something out of them. Give me a moment while I take a drink. There we go, better. Honestly, at this point, I'm not very afraid of enemies. Obviously, I can still die pretty easily. They still do about as much damage as they would normally do. But I've got the damage that's needed to take them out quickly, and I've got the armor good enough to let me survive for a while. So, we are actually going to switch to our Scourge of the Corruptor here for some of the fun stuff that you can do, like this. I am not actually in range to attack the guy with melee, but it gets my melee stat bonuses, attacks around corners. Really, really good. You know, I kind of wish that we had the corruption so we could have gone for vampire knives, which from what I understand are really good as well. But these little corruption dudes, they're okay. I like them. So I've got two main modes of attack. Oop, we got one of these sword enemies. Maybe it'll drop the Nazar. Nope, just a Soul of Light. But yeah, I've got two main modes of attack, both of which are extremely fruitful. And if you look at the damage that these little Eater of Souls are doing, it's not very much. It's not very much at all. But it builds up very quickly between the 5, I believe, of them that spawn every time that I have an impact. So, you know, just getting hit with one of them doesn't really do a whole lot to things. But if I'm fighting in a nice open area where all 5 of those things are going to find their mark and hit, they can easily do a lot of damage. We were able to chew through Skeletron Prime and the twins very, very quickly. And that made us very much capable of doing some really good things. You know what? I kind of want to kill the guide and just see how quickly I could kill the wall of flesh. I hope nobody will mind that, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. One guide voodoo for me. And down we go. Now, which weapon should I be testing here? The Corruptor or the Terra Blade? I kind of feel like seeing what the Corruptor can do. I know the Terra Blade is going to kill it ridiculously fast. I'm curious what my Corruptor is going to do. Scourge of the Corruptor is really a fun weapon to use, I'm not going to lie. At first when I read what was in the corruption chest and we only had one temple key still and we're deciding what to unlock first, because we had one temple key but we had the ice, jungle, and corruption molds. So we weren't sure which one we should open first. I looked on the wiki to see which one would be best. I decided that it should be the ice chest first because the Hydra was really good for our mages. Oh, I actually cannot fit through here. But yeah, the Hydra was really good for our mages, but, you know, the Scourge of the Corruptor here didn't seem that great from its stats. And then I saw its effect and decided to give it a shot when we had another temple key to use up. And I am very happy I did because I really enjoy using this thing. The Terra Blade's probably going to be my more common attack item, but this is pretty good too. So let's just go blink. Goodbye, Mr. Guide! Jake was slain. Wall of flesh has awoken. I accidentally just dashed backwards. Again, I did. I do that quite often. Oh, my bad. Someone was talking to him. And then we're just going to keep firing at this dude. Holy crap, this guy is melting very quickly. Holy crap, that is easily the fastest I have ever killed this dude. That was awesome. I enjoyed that. So yeah, that went very, very well. Very, very well. What did we get from that? We got a Breaker Blade, not useful. It does have insane knockback, but 53 melee damage, I think I've got a little bit better than that going on for me. So let's go down here and go shop. And we can sell off the Dangerous Pwn Hammer, the Breaker Blade, the stuff that's not going to net me any money, mushrooms. Oh, that gave me greater healing potions. I thought it was... Oh, no, it was regular healing potions. I just had some extra greater ones. Got it. Pixie Dust Vial, Mushroom Rod, and Chunk Feather. But yeah, that was really fast. We're going to put away this jellyfish statue where it belongs. And so unfortunately our other players who have not come back yet are not here. So until they get back, we will probably be delaying in terms of starting the Pumpkin Moon. We want everyone to be here when we do our first one. So we're just going to keep this video going for a while. I'm having fun showing off my weapons and everything, although I'm sure those of you who have played Terraria before can probably tell me why it is not the best weapon setup to use, but I enjoy it. So we're going to come over this way, and we're just going to be killing stuff the whole way as we go, because these guys will home in when they hit the ground. This is the best traversal weapon, I think, in the game, as far as I can tell, for melee classes. Because you can pretty much just spam it at the ground and kill everything before it gets to you if you're flying above the ground. I really want to try fighting another boss. We fought like 3 or 4 on one against the Eye of Cthulhu, and it died like almost instantly, quite frankly. It was really fun. These little guys did a lot of work on that. Oh, killed some pixies. Back to the underground? Why not? I also have a moon shell now, which turns me into a werewolf at night and a merman when entering the water. That might be good to use for the Pumpkin Moon, but I would almost rather use my warrior emblem. I kind of want to get enough to make the Avenger emblem twice, and then another warrior emblem, quite frankly, because that would allow me to, what's the combo stuff that I could do there? Make the make the mechanical glove out of my power glove, and then make the, what's the other part of that? And then make another destroyer emblem, which could be made into the iron combined with, or make a destroyer emblem, make another Avenger emblem, make a warrior emblem, and then just have the most ridiculous damage potential of all time. So yeah, I guess we'll keep mining these crystal shards. We do need them for health potions in the event that we ever use up enough without fighting bosses where we run low. Because obviously any of the bosses that we kill are going to spawn more for us. There's also a little bit of orichalcum. It is worthless to us as a resource right now, but it is definitely something that can be used to sell for money, since I already took 10 platinum from my single player character to reforge the Terra Blade. Got it to superior, reforged my Scourge of the Corruptor as well, got that to superior, decided to take a risk reforging the Terra Blade, and ended up with legendary, which was really, really awesome. That's actually like the 3rd time I've reforged something to legendary on this multiplayer server, and I don't think I had ever actually pulled that off on the single player one. I had one instance where I forged something to begin with as legendary, but other than that, not so much. That chest has already been used. It had an enchanted boomerang, which isn't really useful to us at all. Is there no way through here? Might as well just do that. Any sign of anything over here? Not really, although we could mine upwards and get ourselves up to this little slime here. Then let's switch over to the Terra Blade, because why not? Do some quicker, I can do some more consistent damage in terms of, if I hit, I'm going to do a lot of damage. Now the thing I have to get used to with this sword, that I was not quite used to with the True Excalibur either, is because of the sword beam, whichever direction your mouse pointer is in. I knew that was a mimic. But whichever direction your mouse pointer is in, when you fire a shot that uses a sword beam, it'll face you that way when you swing. So, I need to make sure that I have an awareness of where my mouse cursor is at, so that I can actively, make sure I'm hitting enemies consistently. Our pirate captain is also now selling an explosive rabbit cannon, which is arguably the coolest thing I've ever heard of. Come on, Chaos Elemental, just die. You have no chance. I have insane knockback, I have a lot of damage. You're gonna die. Just make it easy on yourself. I am actually kind of happy to see that our ice world kind of went more Hallow than corruption, because the corruption in the Hallow, or our Hallow spawn at the beginning, actually directly overlapped with our corruption. So I wasn't sure which one was going to take hold first, so to speak. Those turtles are like, we want to get you, and I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. Hey look, there's another mimic. You can tell that one's a mimic because it is not sitting on two flat squares of ground. So now if I really wanted to make things easy here, after I deal with this enchanted sword, all I have to do is go Scourge of the Corruptor, fire it up here, and now suddenly everything is getting killed without me having to move. Like, tell me that is not an awesome weapon. Look me in the face and tell me that you would not want to use that weapon. Hey, there's the mimic. I was wondering where he went. Those guys weren't reaching in there very well. Mimic Banner and Strong Frostbrand. Well, obviously this is not that useful to us now, although 66% melee, 66 melee damage is pretty good. Before we had our True Excalibur, True Knight's Edge, Terra Blade type stuff going on, 66 melee damage would have been really good to find. We had stuff that was around there as our high tier weapons, and so, finding something that was that high to begin with would have been really nice. But obviously that did not happen until just now. And so now we are just going to roll with things as they come. Look for some more mimics, look for some more swords, look for some more ore that I can mine and sell. Honestly, the only ore that we actually need right now is chlorophyte. Because one of our three meleeers have just regular chlorophyte armor, they don't have turtle armor yet. So in terms of ore, the only thing that's really not open game for selling is that chlorophyte, because we're going to need it to form her armor. But other than that, we are pretty well off in terms of all respects. I mean, even having the chlorophyte armor, that is, second to top tier for melee characters in terms of armor level. So having that is not a bad thing by any means. Suspicious looking eye, could summon Eye of Cthulhu, could sell these flippers. I need to remember that I don't have my diving helmet equipped. I don't really use it all that much anymore. Honestly, I don't even use the moon shell that I made very much, because it is just not as useful to me in general as the stuff that I could use otherwise. If I have to choose between damage building stuff or stuff to help me move around, I'm probably going to choose the damage stuff. The wings are an exception because flight is extraordinarily useful in pretty much any boss fight, but other than that, the one thing unfortunate about this world is it's a small world and our temple did not spawn with a lizard altar. So we can't actually fight the golem on this world. We're going to have to create a new one in order to fight it. Which, I mean, let's be honest, we can get back to hard mode in seconds if we want. And even if we're not talking about doing that, I can always, go farm up some supplies from it on my single player save after killing Plantera, who should quite frankly be really easy to take care of now with the damage that I'm doing and how close I've gotten her in single player mode before. I can probably farm Plantera on my own save now very simply in single player, or we can farm it here and I can take that to a single player world. But if we want to fight the golem multiplayer, we're going to need a new world, which we could always just use to fight the golem a few times, and then go back to using this one so we didn't have to worry about getting all our NPCs back and all our house rebuilt and everything. Although having a larger world would open up the ability to have a bit better position for our house. Oh, I got cursed. Oh darn. Again? Really? That was the most successful cursed sword I've ever fought. I'm making advantage of this of the stacking between my wings and my ninja gear to make it very easy to fly up here. There's a Pigron over here who I've been ignoring. Probably not the best choice because my armor is not that good, but honestly I'm not too worried about like if I die or anything. I will lose a very minimal amount of money, but let's go up this way. What do you use two of? Bloodroot. Got it. Oh, excuse me. I really apologize for how much I've been coughing. We got some more gold over here. I tried to summon King Slime earlier because we haven't fought him yet, but when we summoned him in with the crown and with the slime crown, it said that he had awoken and the boss music was playing, but he was nowhere to be found. I'm not sure if that's... I know that he can't spawn randomly in the center third of the map. I wonder if maybe, since we were trying to spawn him purposefully in that area, if that disallowed it. It's funny, when we started getting the new elements in, once we got to hard mode, I was really disappointed that we had adamantite, not titanium, because the set bonus for adamantite isn't as useful as the one for titanium, in my opinion. But then what ended up happening was that we weren't on that tier of armor for very long. I think I built the only full set of adamantite armor out of anyone in our group, which I passed down after I went to chlorophyte armor, but sorry. Oceans, I believe. And then take a drink real quick so that I can hopefully stop coughing. Oh. It's been one of those colds where things just, they aren't as bad as they could be really, but it's still enough to be annoying. We are going to quick stack some stuff here. I don't know why that rest of that gold didn't stack. This copper disappeared because it didn't go together. I can sell some stuff now, but first I should forge orichalcum bars. Orichalcum, however you say it. And gold bars. Not quite enough for another gold crown. 42 orichalcum will sell quite well. Sell this for 18 gold. Amethyst, diamond, goldfish. And like a lot of these things we just don't have any use for. So to not sell them is rather silly. Like this strong frostbrand. 6 gold, 61 silver. And nobody is going to use that weapon. Intrepid Flipper barely sold for anything. I will keep the gold because we could try to summon King Slime again. And then I want to go up here to our chests, where I will deposit these souls of light. We have a statue-specific chest. Where is one for banners? Where can I put these banners? People should really be selling the leaf wings that they aren't using anymore. I'm tempted to sell one set because I just gave mine to the next person who needed them when I got my frost wings that I've got now. But there's really no reason to be saving them separately and saving them instead of selling them. Let's see now. What do I want to deposit? Crystal shards. Maybe over here would be fitting. That'll do. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to take this one set of leaf wings that may very well be the ones that I gave away and sell it for 28 gold. Not a huge amount, in all honesty, but enough to be worth it. I do want to make some nanite infused flasks. What do I need for that? I keep forgetting that I want to do that. And if we're going to do a pumpkin moon, it might be helpful. I think I need like 5 nanites, although I would need money to buy those. So first things first, we're going to take this out of here, and we are going to look at exactly what I need. Where is our guide chilling at? Hey, Mr. Guide. I know you're alive right now. We also had a pirate move in whose name was Captain Morgan. That was like the most fortuitously perfect thing that could have happened. Guide, move in down here. I think you're living in the jungle. You should not be living in the jungle. Fine, I'll go to the jungle. I'll go see you far, far away, Mr. Guide. I can always just magic mirror back, but we have this house in the jungle to move the witch doctor to get the stuff that he only sells out there. Obviously, we move him back in the meantime because it's not the safest place to be out there. In fact, NPCs die quite often when they're in the jungle like that. The awesome thing there is that I just dodged that pixie's attack and then still damaged it because of my turtle armor. So I did 40 damage without having any problems myself. Oh no, the witch doctor still lives here. So where was our guide? Incidentally, we do have a lot of NPCs now. I know we have a couple more that we need to get. Like there should be a spelunker who's moving in at some point. I'm not sure when exactly that's going to happen. No, I just realized, is this even picking up the game audio? It's not. This has not been picking up the game audio the entire time. Well then, I don't know why that is. I apologize for that. Really. I did not mean to not have any game audio going on here. I don't know where this guide is at. He's just like MIA. Oh, I think we're going to need an imbuing station as well. 7 gold, I can do that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to want one more for nanites. Shop, imbuing station, go. Water fountains, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to buy some of those. How much are they? Oh, they're free. Okay. Crimson, Corrupt, Icy, Sparkle, Desert, Pure, Hallowed, and Blood. Okay, so those were all free. That's really cool. Let's go buy some nanites. No, I want to talk to Alpha. That should be what I need. Now I just need some bottled water. Do we have any bottled water laying around? And I can make bottled water easily. I think I don't actually have any sand left with me. I had mined some specifically for making bottles. Where is... Okay, you know what? We'll just grab this bottle. Go down here. Come over this way where we can craft bottled water. Hello, Mr. Guide. I shall make sure that that is what I need from you. Connor, how do I make nanite flask? Bottled water, 5 nanites. That's what I thought. And I'm going to need the imbuing station, of course. So we'll put that right up here. In one of these empty rooms. And this should be switched around. Because if it's laid out like that, the NPCs are going to be walking around at night instead of standing where they're supposed to. We're just going to toss that there, toss that there. Okay. Then we can put this imbuing station like right here. And that'll allow us to make Flask of Nanites. Melee attacks confuse enemies. 15-minute duration. Awesome. Now let's start trying to put down some of these fountains. Desert water fountain. Ooh. Let's put down a hallowed one in here. We can put corrupt water fountain in here. This one can be crimson. Let's take off the house logos. Oh, I never turned on the pure water fountain. Oh, I just dropped it, that's why. We'll put pure water over here, why not? Next to the campfire, it seems fitting. Icy water fountain can go right above it. We can put a blood water fountain right in here. And then we can top it off with the jungle water fountain. Can't go there. Okay. That can go in this room. There we go. So now we got a bunch of water fountains chilling around. That's kind of nice. It's kind of a good look for the place, right? So anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. Unfortunately, our other people are not back yet. I'm not sure when they will be back. If I still think I have time to record when we do start the Pumpkin Moon, I will record that. But if not, then I'll record it sometime else, maybe single player or when we do it again. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I apologize again for my absence the past few days. You know, this cold has been driving me crazy, and it was not something I could record through. Even today, you can hear the coughs I've had that are because of that. Regardless, thank you guys for watching. Sorry that my content has been sporadic again just as it was getting back to normal. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.